Paragraph
Mm-hmm.
page 941. Last
Mm-hmm.
headword was odds, newer type
Mm-hmm.
of lesson.
Yes.
Okay, so let's start with our revision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just scroll down. Nine. Okay, one moment. 41. Okay, one. Nine. Or one minus. Okay, so let's start with revision. Okay, ready? Here we
Mm-hmm.
go. What do I mean if I say I have a dozen eggs in my fridge? What do I mean if I say I have a dozen eggs in my
Mm-hmm.
fridge? If you say
If you
you have
say
a
you
dozen
have
eggs
a
in
dozen
your
eggs
fridge,
in your
you
fridge,
mean you
you
have
mean
12
you
eggs.
have 12 eggs.
In a popular tourist resort, are there normally dozens of places to eat? In a popular tourist resort, are there normally dozens of places to eat? Yes. In a
Yes.
popular
In a
tourist
popular
resort,
tourist
there
resort,
are normally
there are normally
dozens of places
dozens
to
of
eat.
places to eat.
Greged, why mustn't an army officer get too familiar with his men? Why mustn't an army officer get too familiar with his men? An army officer
An army
mustn't
officer
get
mustn't
too familiar
get too
with
familiar
his men
with his men
because if he
because
becomes a
if he
friend,
becomes a
they
friend,
may not obey
they may
him.
not obey him.
Very good. Why would it be inadvisable to buy a car without taking it for a test drive first? Why would it be inadvisable to buy a car without taking it for a test drive first? It'd be
It'd be
inadvisable to buy a
inadvisable
car
to buy a
without
car
taking it
without
for
taking
a
it
test drive
for a
first
test drive first
because
because I'm not sure what the car is safer and too comfortable,
too comfortable,
available,
available, or if it's
available,
comfortable to drive.
comfortable to drive.
Very good. One more. It'd be
It'd
inadvisable,
be advisable,
inadvisable to
inadvisable
buy a car
to buy a car
without taking it
without taking
for a
it
test drive
for
first
a test drive first
because
because
we don't know
we don't
if the
know
car is
if the car
comfortable
is
to drive
comfortable
with.
to drive with.
Regid, why do we say diamonds are forever? Why do we say diamonds are forever? We say
We
diamonds
say
are
diamonds
forever
are forever
because they don't
because
wear out
they don't wear
and
out
they seldom
and they
lose
seldom
their value.
lose their value.
They lose their value.
Lose their value.
Very good. Why do you think funeral processions move so slowly? Why do you think funeral processions move so slowly? I think
I
funeral
think
processions
funeral processions
move so slowly
move so slowly
because
because to show
respect
respect the
to
to
the
the
dead,
deceased,
to the deceased.
the
Okay,
deceased.
very good. Okay, when telling stories about things that have happened to them, do some people exaggerate in order to make the stories more interesting? When telling stories about things that have happened to them, do some people exaggerate in order to make the stories more interesting? Yes. When
Yes,
telling
when
stories
telling a
about
story
things
about the
that
things
have happened to
that have
them,
happened to
some
them,
people
some
exaggerate
people exaggerate
in order to
in
make the
order
stories
to make for
more
it
interesting.
more interesting.
Very good. What do we mean by a modest lifestyle? What do we mean by a modest lifestyle? By a modest
By a
lifestyle.
modest
We
lifestyle,
mean a lifestyle,
a lifestyle,
but we mean a
we
lifestyle
mean a lifestyle,
without a lot of
a
luxury.
lot of luxury.
Very good. What do we mean by a modest person? What do we mean by a modest person? By a modest
By
person,
a modest
we
person,
mean someone
we mean
who
someone
doesn't boast
who
about
doesn't boast about
or exaggerate
or
his
exaggerate
achievements.
his achievement.
Very good. How can a hotel or restaurant develop a bad reputation? How can a hotel or restaurant develop a bad reputation? A hotel or restaurant
Hotel or restaurant
can develop
can
a
develop
bad
a
reputation
bad reputation
by treating its
by
customers
treating
badly,
customers badly,
overcharging them,
or by charging them
providing a poor
to
service,
providing a poor service,
etc.
etc.
Very good. Okay, what do we mean when we say we have a guilty conscience? What do we mean if we say we have a guilty conscience? If we say
If we
we
say
have a
we
guilty
have a
conscience,
guilty
we
conscience,
mean that
we mean
we
that
have done
we
something
have
wrong
done something
and
wrong
we are worried
and we are
about it.
worried about it.
Usually, we have not
Usually,
been
we have
found
not
out
been
or
found out
punished,
or
but
punished,
we still feel
but we still feel
uncomfortable about it.
uncomfortable about it.
Very good. What do the police do, or what do the police do when they suspect someone of committing crimes but have no proof? What do the police do when they suspect someone of committing crimes but have no proof? When the police
When
suspect
the police
someone
suspect
of
someone
committing
of
crimes
committing
but
crimes
have no proof,
but have no
they
proof,
follow them
they
to
follow
see
them to
where they
see
go
where they
and
go
what they do.
and what they do.
And what do we call the person that the police suspect? And what do we call the person that the police suspect? We call the person
We call the
that the
person
police
that the
suspect
police
a
suspect
suspect.
a suspect.
Very good. What's the exchange rate between the British pound and the currency used in your country? What's the exchange rate between the British pound and the currency used in your country? The exchange rate
The exchange rate
between the British
between
pound
the British
and
pound
the currency
and the
used in
currency
my country
used in my country
is
is
uh,
1.2 rate.
like
Huh?
the yes, 120 yen
One 100 trillion
to a pound.
to a pound.
Very good. Is there anything you own that you wouldn't exchange for all the world? Is there anything you own that you wouldn't exchange for all the world? Yes or no?
No,
There isn't anything
there isn't
I own
anything
that
I
I
own
wouldn't
that I
exchange
wouldn't
for
exchange
all the world.
over all the world.
Very good. When you go on holiday, do you like to have an organized program of activities for each day? When you go on holiday, do you like to have an organized program of activities for each day? Yes or no?
No,
When I go on
when I go
holiday,
on
I
holiday,
don't like to
I don't
have
like to
an
have
organized
an
program
organized
of
program of
activities for
activities
each day.
or each day.
When you attend an event like a theater performance or a football match, do you buy a program and keep it as a souvenir? When you attend an event like a theater performance or a football match, do you buy a program and keep it as a souvenir? Yes or no?
No,
When I attend
when I
an
attend
event
an
like a
event
theater
like a
performance
theater
or a
performance
football match,
or a football
I don't
match,
buy a
I
program
don't buy a
and
program
keep it as a
and keep it
souvenir.
as a souvenir.
Wait, is there anything that you eat or drink that you know you should cut down on? Is there anything that you eat or drink that you know you should cut down on? Yes or no?
No,
There isn't anything
there isn't
that I
anything
eat or
that I
drink
eat or
that I
drink
know
that I
I should
know
cut down
I
on.
should cut down on.
Very good. In an expensive restaurant, do you expect the service to be prompt? In an expensive restaurant, do you expect the service to be prompt? Yes. In an
Yes,
expensive
in an
restaurant,
expensive
I
restaurant,
expect the
I
service to be
expect this
prompt.
service to prom
To be prompt.
to be prom.
Very good. Name a piece of kitchen equipment that has a motor inside. Name a piece of kitchen equipment that has a motor inside, please. A washing machine
A washing
has a
machine
motor
has
inside.
a motor inside.
Very good. Can the police in your country arrest a person just on suspicion? Can the police in your country arrest a person just on suspicion? Yes or no?
Yes,
The police
the
in my
police
country
in my
can't
country
arrest
had arrest
a person just
a
on
person just
suspicion.
on suspicion.
Very good. Multiply 30 by 3. Multiply 30 by 3, please. 30 multiplied
30
by 3
multiplied by 3
equals 90.
equals 90.
Very good. Do very tall people have to be careful not to bump their heads when they go through doorways? Do very tall people have to be careful not to bump their heads while they go through doorways? Yes, very
Yes,
tall people
very tall
have to
people
be careful
have to be
not to
careful
bump their
not
head
to bump the head
when they go
when
through
they go through
doorways.
doorways.
Is the road outside your building bumpy? Is the road outside your building bumpy? Yes or no?
No,
The road
the
outside
road outside
my building
my buildings
isn't bumpy.
isn't bumpy.
Do you often bump into friends of yours when you're walking around town? Do you often bump into friends of yours when you're walking around town? Yes or no?
Yes,
I often bump
I often
into
bump
friends of
into
mine
friend of mine
when I'm walking
when I go
around
walking
town.
around the town.
Very good. Name a recent scientific advance that you think is absolutely incredible. Name a recent scientific advance that you think is absolutely
Mm,
incredible, please. I think.
mhm. I think
Mhm.
the
Like
latest advance
now, what
is spaceship
spaceship?
spaceship
I think a
spaceship.
spaceship
I think spaceship
is a recent
is a
scientific
recent
advance
scientific advance
advance that is
that
absolutely
is absolutely
incredible.
incredible.
Very good. Why do you think lottery tickets sell in such large numbers in spite of the fact that the odds of winning are incredibly small? Why do you think lottery tickets sell in such large numbers in spite of the fact that the odds of winning are so incredibly small? I
Mhm.
suppose
I suppose
lottery tickets sell
lottery tickets
in such
sell
large
in such
numbers
a large
in
numbers
spite of the
in
fact
spite of the
that the
fact
odds of
that the
winning
odds of winning
are so
are
incredibly
so
small
incredibly small
because
because a lot of people
uh-huh,
want to improve winning the なんだ amount of money.
very good winning an amount big amount of money
Big
very good
amount. Mm.
so a lot of people wants to win okay that's
Yeah.
correct okay and that's the end of our revision let's have new
Hmm.
word
Hmm.
okay so repeat globe
Globe.
global warming
Global warming.
major
Major.
minor
Minor.
majority
Majority.
minority
Minority.
very good okay listen the word globe is a noun it means the earth for
Hmm.
example football is a sporting event that's watched around the globe. Global warming is a noun. It means the recent increase in the world's temperature that is believed
Hmm.
to be caused by the increase of certain gases such as carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Hmm.
Major is an adjective. It means very serious or bad. For example, I consider global warming a major problem.
Hmm.
Minor is an adjective. It is the opposite of major. It means not very
Hmm.
serious. For example,
Hmm.
I had a minor illness yesterday.
Hmm.
Majority is a noun. It means most of. For example, most of the students in the class failed the exam. Or we can say the
Hmm.
majority of students in the class failed the exam.
Hmm.
Minority is a noun. It is the opposite of majority. It means a number that is less than half of a total. For example,
Hmm.
the minority of students in the class passed the exam.
Hmm.
Let's practice. Name me a sporting event that's watched around the globe. Name me a sporting event that's watched around the globe, please.
The Olympics
Is a sporting
is a
event
sporting
that's
event
watched
as
around the globe.
watched around the globe.
Do you consider global warming a major or minor problem? Do you consider global warming a
Mhm.
major or minor problem? I
Mm.
consider
I consider
global warming
global warming
a problem.
a major problem.
Very good. And do you think the majority of people agree with your view or only a minority? And do you think the majority of people agree with your view or only a minority? I think
Mm. I think
the majority of
the
people
majority of people
agree with my view.
agree with my view.
Very good. Next, repeat pedal,
Pedal,
adjust,
adjust,
ensure.
ensure.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word pedal is a noun. It is a
Hmm.
small part of a machine or object that is pushed down with a foot to
Hmm.
operate or move the machine or object. For example, a bike's pedal, a car's brake pedal, etc.
Hmm.
We rest our feet on pedals when we're riding a bicycle.
Hmm.
Ensure is a verb. It means to make something sure, certain, or safe. For example, we
Mm-hmm.
should always ensure that our spelling is correct before sending an email at work.
Mm-hmm.
Adjust is a verb. It means to change something in a minor way so that it works better. For example, in a
Mm-hmm.
car, we have to adjust the seat to ensure our feet can rest on the pedals easily.
Mm-hmm.
Let's practice. What do we rest our feet on when we're riding a bicycle? What do we rest our feet on when we're riding a bicycle? We rest our feet
We rest
on
our feet
pedals
on
when
pedals
we're riding a
when we are
bicycle.
riding bicycle.
In a car, what do we have to adjust to ensure our feet can rest on the pedals easily? In a car, what do we have to adjust to ensure our feet can rest on the pedals easily? In a car,
In a
we
car,
have to adjust
we have to
the seat
adjust
to
the
ensure
seat to
our feet
ensure
can rest
our feet like this
can rest
can rest
on the pedals
on the
easily.
pedals easily.
Very good. Why should we always ensure that our spelling is correct before sending an email at work? Why should we always ensure that our spelling is correct before sending an email at work? We should always
We should
ensure
always
that
mm,
we should
should to
always
always
ensure
ensure
that our spelling
that our
is
spelling
correct
is
before
correct
sending an
before
email
sending
at work
an email at work
because poor spelling
because for spelling
can make a bad
can make a
impression
bad impression
on people.
on people.
Very good. Next, repeat. Make it
Make it
amateur.
amateur.
Very good. Okay, listen. The word make it is a verb. To make it means to reach a particular place, goal, etc. For example,
Mhm,
if I had a train to catch from the nearest station in 10 minutes time, I don't
mhm,
reckon I could make it if I left right now because it takes about
mhm,
20 minutes from here to the station.
mhm,
Amateur is a noun. It is a person who does something such as a sport or hobby for pleasure and not as a
mhm,
job. For example, I reckon 50% of amateur actors manage to make it professionally. Okay, let's practice. If you had a train to catch from the nearest station in 10 minutes time, do you reckon you could make it if you left right now? If you had a train to catch from the nearest station in 10 minutes time, do you reckon you
mhm.
could make it if you left right now? Yes or no?
Yes,
If I had
if
a
I
train
had
to catch
a train to catch
from the nearest
from
station
the nearest
in
station
10 minutes
in
time,
10 minutes
I
time,
think I could
I
make it
think I could make
if
it
I left right
if
now.
I left right now.
Very good. What percentage of amateur actors do you reckon manage to make it professionally? What percentage of amateur actors do you reckon manage to make it professionally? I
Mhm.
reckon.
I reckon
How many percent?
mm,
Like
to like
1%,
to
5%,
to
2%
2%
of amateur
2% of
actors
amateur actors
manage to make it
manage to make it
professionally.
professionally.
Very good. Next, repeat album,
Album,
folder, release,
folder,
release.
release,
Very,
release.
very good. Okay, listen. The word folder is a noun. It is
Mhm,
a folded cover or large envelope for holding documents.
mhm,
Album is a noun. It is a folder or book containing photographs. Album also means a long musical recording on a record, CD,
mhm,
MP3, etc. that usually includes a
mhm,
set of songs. For
mhm,
example, I have bought my favorite band's latest album.
mhm,
Release is a verb. It means to make something available to the public. For example, there is a band whose album I buy as soon as they're released. Let's practice. What's a photo album? What's a photo
mhm.
album? A photo album
A photo
is
album
a folder
is a
or book containing
folder or book containing
containing photographs.
photographs.
Right? Is there any band whose album you buy as soon as they're released? Is there any band whose album you buy as soon as they're released? Yes or no?
No,
There isn't any
there
band
isn't any
whose
band
album I
whose
buy
album I
as
buy
soon as they're
as soon
released.
as they are released.
Very good. Okay, so now let's move on to reading.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, our reading is at stage 8, paragraph page
mm-hmm.
651. And
51.
our 651 last headword was to go up to. Okay, start
Mm-hmm.
with idiom 20. Drop a line.
Okay, idiom 20. Oh,